Kamaki, and this is my Gods and Monsters series review. This series is a YA paranormal fantasy series that is written by Kelly Keaton, and the first book is called Darkness Becomes Her. It's about this girl named Ari, who has always felt like she's never fit in and has always felt lonely. She has teal eyes and freakishly silver hair. Whenever she tries to dye it or change it, it always turns back to silver. Growing up in the foster care system, she wants to know more about who she is and where she comes from. This leads her to uncover a message from her dead mother about her birthplace called New 2. New 2 is the newly rebuilt city of New Orleans. When she goes to New 2, she realizes that it's very different. Around here, Ari is seemingly normal, but everyone around her is afraid of her. When Ari comes to New 2, she meets this guy named Sebastian, who's a Mistborn. A Mistborn is a creature that comes from a blood-born vampire, a full-blown vampire, and a half-vampire. She also meets this character named Henry, who's sort of like a vulture predator type character. She also meets this person named Dub and this little girl named Violet. Ari and her friends live in the Garden District, while Sebastian lives in a mansion with his father named Michael. Ari develops a crush on Sebastian, and she learns that she has a power, the ability to turn gods into stone. She also learns that the matriarchs in her family have been cursed for generations, and that she also has this curse. That's basically the premise of this book, for all of you who don't want spoilers. Now let's get into the spoilery discussion. Not much happens in this book, other than Ari discovering things about her powers and the different paranormal families rooted in her ancestry and rooted in her birthplace of New 2. I also really liked the side character of Violet in this book. I thought he was a sweet character, as well as discovering who she is and about her power. Ari also learns that there is this god named Athena, who is after her and wants to kill her. The second book in this series is A Beautiful Evil. In this book, Ari learns that Athena, the god who's trying to kill her, has some interesting plans for her and those that she loves, particularly the boy she has a crush on, Sebastian. In this book, Athena tries to torture Sebastian by leading Ari and Sebastian and their friends to Athena's temple. When Sebastian and Ari are in Athena's temple, they get captured and tortured, almost to the point where they can't survive. In order to help Sebastian survive, Ari decides to let Sebastian take her blood. Sebastian is very against this idea. He doesn't want to become a blood-born vampire and follow in the footsteps of half of his vampire ancestry. So he's not really interested in this, but he's left with no other choice. I really loved their growing relationship in this book. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed it. The third book in the series is called The Wicked Within. This book is told in a dual POV. It's told from Ari's point of view, and it's also told from Sebastian's point of view, and his experiences with being a Mistborn who needs blood constantly to survive, since he took Ari's blood in the previous book. In this book, Ari is still searching for a way to end her curse that has cursed her and the other matriarchs in her family for generations. This leads her to become interested in the hands of Zeus, an ancient relic that was last seen in charge of Nutu's ruling class. Athena wants revenge, so naturally, she wants to get her hands on this old relic as well. In order to do this, Ari has to follow a trail of blood in order to find the hands of Zeus when it goes missing. So much happens in her pursuit of trying to find this old relic that a lot of blood is shed and a few characters die in this book. In addition to the exciting plot in this book, I also did enjoy the conflictual romance between Sebastian and Ari. Sebastian pushes Ari away off and on in this book because he's afraid of hurting her or losing her now that he's a Mistborn vampire who needs blood. It's something that he never wanted to turn into. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars because the plot was epic, plus the romance was just intense as well. This book definitely deserves 5 out of 5 stars. This book series was originally meant to be a trilogy. That was until Kelly Keaton decided to write the 4th and final book called Heart of Stone. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars because I think it pales in comparison to the other books in the series, but I still enjoyed reading it. In the previous book, Ari resurrected Athena's child, but she ended up turning Athena into stone, which killed her. As a result, the baby boy that she named Archer is left with no mom, and this makes Ari and Sebastian feel responsible to raise him around their friends and other family members. He's part vampire as well as part god, a special baby that the world has never seen. This book follows Ari and Sebastian and their friends as they try to rescue Archer after he goes missing. In this book, not much happens other than the fact that Sebastian gets kidnapped by a god called Amie, and Ari is forced to make a deal with a god named Mel. She promises to sacrifice her life in order for Archer to be returned. These twists surprised me in the book, especially the ending, where the readers thought Sebastian was dying or dead, and he somehow comes back to life because Mel decided to sacrifice herself instead, and this in turn saved Sebastian. I enjoyed the emotional twist at the end of the book as well as the other twists, but I honestly think that this book wasn't as developed as the other in the series, so that's why I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. If I had to pick a favorite, I would totally choose the 3rd book, The Wicked Within, because this book was the most intense in terms of the plot and the romance. On a side note, I'm still stuck with ideas of videos, so comment down below if you guys have any suggestions about what videos you guys want me to do. I'm open to suggestions still. That's the end of my Gods and Monsters review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.
Nobody ever told you